Okay, we're back on our part 2 of self-portrait in Photoshop. So right now I'm trying to put a more warm colors underneath the sketch just to give it a nice base. So I've used a lasso tool to just trace over the edge of my drawing. And I'll be picking a light orange and just bucket fill it on the selection. So right now I'm picking another dark value color for the final shadow. And I'm picking a dark purple. This will be used for my hair, for my shirt, and for all the darkest part of the facial features. So I'm starting to, I'm hitting the eyebrows first, just adjusting my opacity. And I'm very careful with where I'm placing the darkest value. Because if I put it on top of the skin, it may look a little bit off. I made few mistakes on the cheek, a little bit on the nose, and on the eyes. The eyebrows are a little bit lifted compared to the picture. So I could tweak it as much as I can, but for the sake of the tutorial, this will do for now. I'm also going to be showing this one to my class, so just for them to learn how to combine colors using color pencils. So I didn't really use wide brushes for the color palette, since my class will be using sketch pads and color pencils. So that's why I mimic the Wacom like a color pencil. So if you see all the swatches on the side, those are the color values that I've been using. If you guys checked out part 1 of the video, giving darker lines right in the eye, screen left eye. I could have refined my lips a bit better. So giving more darker tones on the screen left eye. Maybe next time I'll try to do broad paint brushes. See if I could give it a little bit of oil paint type of effect. This one is basically color pencil effect. Just a tad of dark shade underneath the eye, not too much though. Give it a little bit on the nose area. Darker shade on the nostrils. I could have given just a mid-tone shade right at the top of the nose. I might have missed it. So giving it more darker values on the screen right eye and the eyeballs. The eyes are coming to life now. If you make the eyes right, it will make your drawings come to life. So that's why I focus more on the eyes, and it's not 100% accurate, but you know it's presentable enough, and you could edit more on the eyes if you want. That's why from light colors to dark colors is very tricky when coloring on a sketch pad or a paper, since you need to be anticipating the highlight of your drawings, because you will be using basically your paper white color as the brightest part of your drawings, especially on the skin and on the eye area. So I added another swatch for the darkest value, which is a dark purple. Added extra warm colors on the lip, just to give it a little bit of vibrance. I'll be adding more dark values in it. I feel like I rushed this drawing a little bit, but it's okay. So I'm adding a few details on the upper lip. I'm adding the dark green values, and I'll be adding the dark violet color on top of it. Just added a swatch of the specific color on the lip. Usually the color of the lip, like the basic color, is like desaturated pink. But I decided to give it a little bit of orange because I like orange. So now I'm using the darkest value, the dark violet, to finish to give the finishing touches of the nostrils. Giving some darker lines on the middle of the lip. If you're adding shadows on the lip area, make sure that you only add it on the center line and on both sides. Don't go all the way to the upper lip, and then the lower lip is usually at the middle where the darker lines are. So be careful with that area when you try to emphasize the dark lines. So emphasizing more on the shaded area, the darkest color on my chin, and to the screen left of my jaw and neck. In a few minutes I'll be hitting the hair and the t-shirt. So just giving a finishing touches of the neck. giving a darker color of the lines under the neck. Giving some finishing touches on the jaw and the chin. Giving some darker valleys on the screen left ear. Getting close to finishing the facial features. Adding more darker halftone shades on the ear. Some little details in there. Now I'm focusing on a little bit of the hair, especially on the hairline, where the hair to the skin transitions. So if you add enough detail on that part, it will look better. The hair will look better. So adding some nice details in the hair on the transition area. Now I'm solidifying the lines of the shirt and the neck. Going back to the hairline. Adding some a little bit of details in the hairline. I even added those little like a pimple on my forehead. giving that solid line that runs through the forehead to the screen right eye. Once I've done that, it's easier for me to color the hair. Just give it a finishing touch, especially in the shirt. Now I'm getting ready for a bigger screen brush size, brush size for my hair, as you can see. Getting ready for the hair. The hair is very easy. Just make sure that you follow the flow of the hair. Give it big brush sizes, and then smaller brush sizes when you're detailing all the highlights and the white hairs. So now you can see the layering of colors really helped out, especially with the warm color, and then the darker, the light brown color, and then on top of it is the green color, and the last layer is the dark violet. So it really helps out, giving it a rich color on the hair, rather than just use black. So giving some details on the top of the hairline. If I could probably spend more time on this one, I could adjust a little bit of the nose, probably the eyes, and a little bit of the lip and screen right cheek, if I decide to spend like more time on it. Unfortunately, if you're using colored pencil, you cannot have a big colored pencil size to rapidly fill up the hair. So you just have to like individually give it a stroke if you're using a sketch pad on with the colored pencil. So here I'm just emphasizing the darker part of the hair, because after that I'll be hitting it with some highlights, just making sure that I could get it as close as I can. This is actually the longest hair I've had since 1999. I think it's the same length, especially at the back. My hair, back 1999, I had a similar hairstyle, uh, but it was a little bit longer on the front, and the back is basically the same. So I'll probably let my hair grow as long as I can, uh, especially in this COVID year. It's tough going to the barber shop. You'll never know what's gonna happen if you go to public places. So now I'm just trying to mix the values, where the dark part of the hair is and where the light part is. So giving some good lines on the ear area. So slowly just adding some details on the hair. The drawing is starting to come to life, especially with the darker values in it. I'll be using the same dark violet color on the t-shirt. Like so. Maybe I could try next time like a watercolor effect or oil paint effect. Just giving it a little dark values under the shirt. This part right here, I was looking at it and I felt like the shirt is a little too narrow, so I have to widen it up. Based on the picture I'm looking, it's a little bit at the top. It's like, oh, it's almost right at the near the lower lip. So I adjusted it accordingly. So just almost done with the shirt. I'll probably be adjusting the color of the shirt wider, but when I'm trying to finish putting all the finishing touches. So this is the part where I decided to, you know what, let me thicken up the shirt. I think it's somewhere around here in this area. This one I got a bit lazy. I just used the one color value. Just make sure that it's dark enough. Just adjust some of the thickness of the hair at the back. Making some parts darker as it should be. You could either use a blue color beneath the dark color of the hair. You could use that. It's also good. So I'm just trying to make the darker colors pop out a little bit. The drawing actually, it looks like me, but a younger version. So that doesn't have much fats on it on my chin. So now I said, you know what? Let me proceed to the background. Just adding some finishing touches for the background. I'll be adding the highlights of the hair after this one. I kind of got excited just finishing the background. I'm hiding the swatches. We're close to the end of the tutorial, and I hope you guys learn a little bit on drawing a self-portrait. I could do another self-portrait, or maybe other popular faces, especially Hollywood actors or actresses, where I could use probably an oil paint effect. So for now, I hope you guys learned a few things. So I make sure that I didn't speed up the video. I was planning to speed it up, but I was thinking, you know what? Just for the sake of people, especially people who are still starting to paint or sketch, make sure that they see the step-by-step process. So slowly. And I hope you guys were able to follow the process. So right now I'm trying to extend the dark part of the shirt, since I'm planning to crop it. And I'm also trying to give a little bit of skin tone just right underneath. Usually when I'm done with my sketch, I do a little bit of color correction in Photoshop, and I'll be showing you guys in a few minutes. Just trying to get some few finishing touches before I proceed with the hair highlight. Right now I'm just adding some warm colors, the shade right underneath the shirt. Trying to finish the background. Thinking of using a blend mode, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use a normal mode, but just lessen the opacity. So I'll just lessen the opacity. I like sky blue and orange. Because for me, those are happy colors. Put you in a good mood. So now I'm adding small details on the hair. Just to give it a little bit of touch. It makes the drawing a little bit believable when you look at the hair. Adding more hair details at the top. Getting more details on the sideburns. After this one, I added a few things. I'm about to add the highlights of the hair for this one. I was planning to add a darker color, but somehow the back of the hair kind of looks like a cutout paper. So I just thinking, you know what, let me just blur out the background for this one so that it kind of looks clean. Right there, just blur it out. And I added my signature and a date. It's been a while since I did a self-portrait. Most of my art got lost, so right now I'm slowly making them and just uploading them on YouTube. My initial is ORC, Owen Arama Cartagena, so that's my full name. And I added the date, just size up, size down a little bit, and crop it out. I was also thinking of giving it like a paper texture, but it didn't look good. didn't look good, so I just like throw it away. Yep, delete. And from here, I went back and just add the highlights of the hair. I used a lighter purple color, a very light purple color, almost going to white. So same thing as highlights. I don't necessarily use white for highlights. I usually mix it up with different values. Just adding a few more details on the white hair, or shall we say wisdom hair. I find it really easy to draw hair, because you never really make mistakes when painting hair. You just need to give it a good proportion and you're all set. So giving the screen right side a good highlight. And now I'm gonna save it as a JPEG, and I'm going to give it a color correct. First, I'm going to crop it. So it's going to be filled with just colors. Just going to crop it properly. And then I'm going to duplicate the layer. And I'll duplicate the layer. Nope, I mean, I'm gonna adjust it with some curves, switching it to the red channel, giving it a nice warm color. Switching to the blue channel, and giving it a nice warm orange feel. It's like in Mars. And I duplicate the layers, Gaussian blur, the duplicated layer, just enough blur, and then I'm going to switch it to screen, and I will adjust the screen opacity to about 20 or 30, somewhere there. Depends on what look you're going for. Just wanted to have like a soft look. And last is the vignette. Added a new layer, used a marquee tool, inverted, add a darker violet color, and I'm gonna give it a Gaussian blur, just enough for it to make the drawing more focused. That's the purpose of the vignette, to make the subject focus. People look at the subject directly because of the vignette. So saving it as a JPEG, and yeah, this is it. So I hope you guys like my process, and if you like it, give my video a like and subscribe my channel. So thank you very much for watching it until the end. And if you got any questions, please feel free to make comments. And if you guys would like to suggest a popular face that I could draw, I also did sharpness, just to give it a little touch of sharpness, give those details look really good. So that's it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on my next video.